Welcome to the maths class. So this is the second lecture based on inverse trigonometric function, and here we are going to discuss important properties of inverse trigonometric function. We already know what is the domain and range of inverse function. Okay, so we already know that the domain of sine inverse x is from -1 to 1, whereas domain of cos is also from -1 to 1, and this -1 to 1 can be written as mod of x less than equal to 1. It means x will be from -1 to 1. So this is domain of tan inverse and cot inverse is all real number, whereas domain of sec inverse and cosec inverse will be from 1 to infinity union -1 to minus infinity. I think we have already discussed. Now let's take what are the properties. If you are getting like sine of sine inverse x, so this gives always x when x is from -1 to 1. So this is the property. Similarly, cos and cos inverse x gives x, tan inverse x will be x, and similarly other three functions will gives always x. Why I am telling you? Because we already know that composition of f and g, when f and g are inverse of each other, will be always an identity function, Fogg and Goff. So that's why when these x is in domain, then always we will get sine of sine inverse, cos of cos inverse, tan of tan inverse, always in the form of x. So I am showing proof for one of the function, like why it is true. Assume this sine inverse x is y, so we can write like x will be sine y. So when x is sine y, so this x is sine y, and what is y? See, in place of y I can write sine inverse x. So this x is equal to sine of sine, or this is sine inverse x. Why I am saying? Because x is from -1 to 1. So in the same manner, rest of the functions gives x. So that's why this is very important property, and you have to just memorize it. Under the domain, in all the cases we will get an identity function. In the same manner, when this is reverse, like sine inverse of sine, cos inverse of cos, tan inverse of tan, again it gives x, but the condition is that here x must be range of sine inverse function, and we already know range of sine is from -pi/2 plus pi/2. Range of cos is 0 to pi. Range of tan is open interval -pi/2 to plus pi/2. For cot it is open interval 0 to pi. For sec it is same as cos but except pi/2. Similarly for cosec it is same for sine but not 0. So in first case, when the value of x is domain, always we will get x. In second case, when the value of x belongs to range, again we will get x. If I am assuming sine x is equal to y, then x will be sine inverse y. So write x here, sine inverse same, and this y is sine x. So it means sine inverse of sine x will be x for all x belongs to -pi/2 to plus pi/2. So in the same manner, other properties we can easily prove, but here you have to just remember it, because we are using these formulas in different questions. So here we are going to discuss a lot of formulas. Okay, so be careful and please watch it carefully. Now come to the next properties. Property number 3. What will happen when we are getting sine inverse of -x? So please remember, in case of sine inverse of -x, tan inverse of -x, and cosec inverse of -x, we will get negative of these functions, because we have already discussed when it is sine of minus theta, cos of minus theta, tan of minus theta in trigonometry. So this is a similar formula, but it is in case of inverse trigonometry function. So you have to remember, when it is sine, tan and cosec, so negative of angle will become minus of the function. Whereas in case of cos, cot and sec, you have to write pi minus these functions, and here these values are actually according to the domain of the function. Like this is the domain of sine, domain of tan, domain of cosec, domain of cos, domain of cot and domain of sec. So this is the procedure. So STC, sin, tan, cosec, will be negative, whereas where will be the pi? In case of CCS, cos, cot and sec. Okay, so this is very helpful formula. For one, I am proving it how. Like if you want to prove first one, okay, so assume this sine inverse x is y. So this x will be obviously sine y, but we know that this y is actually sine inverse x, and the y is range. So range of sine inverse x is always from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, now when this x is sine y, multiply both side by minus, so this minus x will be minus sine y. Okay, so please focus here. At the same time multiply by minus, so this becomes minus minus plus. This inequality sign will change. This is minus and this again change, and this becomes minus. It means this y is greater than equal to minus pi by 2 and less than equal to pi by 2. Okay, and at the same time the sine of minus of sine theta can be written as sine of minus theta. 11th class trigonometry, 4th quadrant, sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. And when I am writing this y is here, this sine comes to this side, this becomes sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus y. And we already know that this y is from minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. Okay, so it means this y is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. And what is y? Sine inverse x. So finally sine inverse minus x will be minus sine inverse x. So in the same manner other formulas can easily be proved. We can also prove this formula for cos, suppose we want to prove this formula. So assume this cos inverse x is y, so x will be cos y, and we already know range of cos is from 0 to pi. Okay, so what will be minus of x? Will be minus cos of y. Please see here, when we multiply by minus, so this sign will change. So minus y will be from minus pi to 0. Okay, so when it will be minus pi to 0, so what will happen? So why I am doing this, actually we have to check where these values will lie. Actually when we add both side pi, it becomes 0 and it becomes pi. So this pi minus y will be between 0 to pi. Okay, why I am saying? Because this minus cos of theta can be written as cos 180 minus theta. Okay, and still it is under this range, because for existence of this cos, this value must be from 0 to pi, which is correct. So it means this cos of minus of cos theta can be written as cos 180 minus theta, because cos 180 minus theta means all sine tan cos. So 180 minus theta means it is in second quadrant, so obviously it will be negative. So that's why I have written 180 minus y, and this pi minus y can be written as cos of minus x. So this y will be pi minus cos inverse minus x, and this y is cos inverse x. So we can write that cos inverse minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. Okay, so in the same manner other formulas we can easily prove. Now come to the fourth property. Like we know that cosec theta is equal to 1 upon sin theta, 1 upon sec theta is cos theta. So in the same manner, in case of inverse, cosec inverse x is equal to sin inverse 1 upon x. It is always correct. We can't say cosec inverse x is equal to 1 upon sine inverse x. It is wrong. So cosec inverse x will be sine inverse 1 by x. Similarly, sec inverse x will be cos inverse 1 by x. Here actually we take reciprocal of angles, not the whole function. Okay. Whereas if you remember, in case of trigonometric function, we were taking the reciprocal of function, like cosec is equal to 1 upon sine, but here cosec inverse x will be sine inverse 1 by x. You must remember, in case of cot, there are two conditions. It will be 1 upon tan inverse x when x is positive. Otherwise, when x is negative, you have to add pi. Okay, these are important points. Because in questions you have to be careful about the angle, like when it is negative, so accordingly we have to change it. There is no problem in case of cosec and sec, but in case of cot you must remember, like take these universal formulas. Okay, so like sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is always pi by 2, whereas tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is also pi by 2, and sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x is also pi by 2, where this formula is correct when x is from -1 to 1, like both are the domain of these functions, whereas when x belongs to real number, it is true for tan and cot, and for sec and cosec, x must be greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to -1. So I am taking this first one. How we will prove this formula? This is very simple. Assume sine inverse x is y, so x will be sine y. Okay, now this sine y can be written as 90 minus y, because cos 90 minus theta sine theta. Now here one question may arise, like somebody may say, sir, you may write sine y is equal to sine 180 minus y, like so sine pi minus y. But why I am not doing? Because we have to see the range also, because here this y is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, because this is sine inverse x. So when this y is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, this minus y will be from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, because this will be positive and this will become negative, and this sign will be changed. And in the same manner, when we add both side pi, so it becomes pi by 2 plus pi by 2, and here pi by 2. So it is pi by 2 plus pi by 2. It becomes pi and it becomes 0. So this pi by 2 minus y is greater than 0 and less than pi. So actually this pi by 2 minus y is the principal value of cos inverse x, because the value of cos inverse is from 0 to pi. So that's why here I can write only cos pi by 2 minus y, not sin 180 minus y. So this is the fact behind this concept. Now this pi by 2 minus y will be cos inverse x, and transfer this y, or you can say this y is sin inverse x, and transfer this to left hand side. So sin inverse x plus cos inverse x pi by 2. So actually everything which is given here is very important. But if you feel any problem in understanding the derivation, because these derivations are very you may say lengthy and analytical type, because for this you must have knowledge of trigonometry, and you must have a strong knowledge of trigonometry, because everything must clear. So you may directly remember these formulas only, because here we are going to apply these formulas only. Okay, so nobody is interested in derivations, but for higher competitive examination you must know. Okay, so in the same manner, now I am going to discuss a formula which is equivalent to a plus b formula. If you remember, like formula of tan a plus b, which is tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. So this formula is equivalent to that formula. Like if you want to derive the formula of tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, so for this you write a tan inverse and write a equivalent formula of tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b. Okay, So this is equivalent formula. So when you remember a plus b formula, you can easily write the formula here. But here one condition you must remember, when this xy is less than 1. Okay, so this product of both angle is less than 1, then you will write only this formula. Otherwise, when this product xy is greater than 1 and both x and y are positive angle, then you have to add a pi here. So there are two formulas of tan inverse x plus tan inverse y. So first is tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy, whereas second is pi plus tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy. So we will see different conditions whether these angles are, their product is less than 1 or greater than 1. Okay, in the same manner, formula of a minus b. So this is same, like it will be tan a minus tan b upon 1 plus tan a tan b. This is just reverse formula, but this formula is correct only when xy is greater than minus 1. So here we will not get more formulas. For only one condition we will write this formula. So you have to be careful in this case when there is a plus between two tan inverse. Okay, now take a problem based on a formula of tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Now see this formula and you have to find the value of tan inverse x by y minus tan inverse x minus y upon x plus y. So there are two ways. One way is assume this is a or this is b. So you can apply formula of tan inverse a minus tan inverse b. Okay, but this will be very lengthy. So here it is x by y. So try to make in the form of x by y. So in this portion you divide both numerator and denominator by y. So this is x by y minus 1, or this is x by y plus 1. Okay, so here I have divided both numerator and denominator by y. Now you can observe this is same minus, this is tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy. We can write, please observe it carefully. Write x by y minus 1, write plus 1 here and plus x by y. Now can we write 1 into x into y into 1? See here, tan inverse, assume this is alpha, this is beta. So tan inverse alpha minus beta upon 1 plus alpha beta. So actually it is tan inverse alpha minus beta upon 1 plus alpha beta. So we can write tan inverse alpha minus tan inverse beta, separate formula. Okay, so this is tan inverse alpha minus tan inverse beta, because alpha is x by y, beta is 1. So tan inverse alpha minus tan inverse beta. Now open this bracket, so this becomes minus and this minus minus will become plus. Now see, this is cancel. So that's the reason I have divided by y. Okay, so this is tan inverse 1 and tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. So in my next video I will take more formulas like sine 2a, sine 3a, okay, sine a plus b. So before that you must revise the class 11th trigonometry, especially the formulas of a plus b, a minus b, twice angle formula and thrice angle formula. Thank you so much.